Welcome back. If you are binge watching the whitchermath channel, I kind of feel sorry for you, but I'm glad you're here and I'll try to make it as painless as possible. Here we go. Episode 3, Season 1, Combining Like Terms. This time we're going to use algebra tiles. These little plastic guys that we use in class. They have two sides, two colors. Let's do a quick review of what they are and what they're called. Okay, we got the big squares. That's a square, by the way. Big square. We've got long, skinny rectangle. And we've got little square. Okay, I'm only going to use these three shapes. So if you're used to more shapes than that from the classroom, I hope you can handle not having so many. Okay, so this one we've got is called x squared. This one is called x, and this one is called 1. Okay, now on the red side of these things, when they're red, they are negative. So if I flip these over to the red side, now I've got negative x squared, negative x, and negative 1. Okay? Notice the not red side. We've got different colors available here, but the point is they're not red. Okay? So our little legend over here. Not red equals positive. Okay, so we got that. Let's start with just an example here. This will be the hook that gets you into it. Okay, I'm going to write, well, first of all, since we're using our tiles, I'm going to build an expression here. You're going to write it, and then we are going to simplify it, and I'm going to teach you some techniques that we've worked on in class, okay? There we go. You can pause the video if you need to. Go ahead, take a second, and write this expression. If you've never seen these tiles before, this is crazy. But if you've used them in your class, I know these are not just a Mr. Witcher's class thing, or if you're in my class, this should make sense. Okay, did you write the expression? Let's see what we have there. We have on this side, I've got 2x squared and 2x, right? I've got two of these. They're not red, so they're positive. I've got two of these. They're not red, so they're positive. On this side, it's the opposite. So I have the opposite of x squared, x, and these are red. In case you're watching a black and white computer monitor, grayscale, these are red, those are negative. Okay, so there's our expression, our beginning expression. Now let's say you were supposed to write the expression, which we just did, then simplify and rewrite. Well, if you were just going to do this on paper, it would go like this. I'm just copying the expression we had. Okay, I would go 2x squared. I would rewrite that part. Opposite of x squared is negative x squared. The opposite of x is negative x. And the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. That's how we remove the parentheses. Okay, then, as we've seen different techniques in other videos here, I'm going to circle them. We're going to combine like terms. Put the same stuff together. So I have 2x squared, and then I'm going to take away an x squared, which leaves me with that. I've got 2x and a negative x, which leaves me with right, x. And then here I've got a 3. So if my directions were to write the expression, simplify and rewrite, when given a picture, that would be it. Now, that's great. If that makes sense, you can probably stop at this point because you don't need the rest of this. But for some of us, myself included, keeping these things organized, remembering what to do with the negative signs and the parentheses can be a challenge. So now I'm going to teach you a couple of strategies, and then we'll test them out, and that'll be that. Here's a fresh expression mat. We've got our I have side, and we've got our I have the opposite of side. Okay, basic stuff here. Here we go. What do I have? Right. I have 1. Okay, that's 1. Now what do I have? What's the value of this mat? Well, I have the opposite of -1, which is also 1. I have the opposite of -1. What is the opposite of -1? 1. So we can see that if I have a value of 1 right there, because I have 1, and then if I have the opposite of -1, I have the same value, we can make an observation here, which is when I flip an item, whatever it is, and change sides, it keeps the same value. Okay? Flip and change sides. It's like you're passing through the matrix or something. Okay? Flip and change sides means same value. Okay? That's handy to know when we're simplifying things. Okay, here's one more thing to teach you. Then we're going to take a couple of expressions and simplify. Okay, what do I have right now? What is the value of this mat? Well, if you said 0, you are correct. Okay, problem number 2. What is the value of this? Well, let's see what we have here. I have the opposite of 1 and -1, which means I have the opposite of 0, which equals 0. Let's compare that to when we had the same thing over here. What did I have here? I had 1 minus 1, which equals 0. Interesting. Okay. What that means is when I have opposite things on the same side, it equals 0. Okay. I have one more thing to teach you here. What's the value of this? Well, let's analyze it. On this side, I've got 1. On this side, I've got the opposite of 1. 1 and the opposite of 1 is 0. Okay. I'm into these post-it notes today. Don't ask me why. Here we go. What's the value of this one? Well, over here I've got -1. Over here I've got the opposite of -1. That means -1 and the opposite of -1 is also 0. So here's another observation. When we have same things on the opposite side, it also equals 0. Okay, so let's review. Opposite things, same side, 0. 0. 0. This whole thing is still equal to 0 because I just have a bunch of opposite things on the same side. The second thing we learned, same things on the opposite side. 0. 0. 0. Same things on the opposite side equals 0. Now here's what I want you to get next, and then we're going to do our sample problem. So if I start with something like this, and I'm trying to figure out what I have, I can go back to, like, does this follow any of these rules? Is this opposite things on the same side? No. Is this same things on the opposite side? Yes. So it's a 0. So what do you do if it's opposite things on the opposite side? What do? You do this. You flip and change sides. You flip and change sides. Okay, there we go. Let's practice this in case you're getting confused at this point. Let's start with our same original problem. We had 2x squared, we had 2x, and we had the opposite of x squared, x, and negative 3. Let's use our strategy. We're looking for this. Do I have any same things on the opposite side? Yeah, I do. I've got these two match. Away they go. Do I have any more same things opposite side? Yeah, there's a match. That's a 0. That's all of those I have. Next. Do I have any opposite things on the same side? No, I don't. Does that mean I'm done? Well, sort of, but maybe I still don't know what this expression is called. I can take these guys. If you don't like a negative sign in parentheses, you take these guys, flip them across the matrix, and now we're done. And it's easy to see that what I have now is x squared plus x plus 3, which, if we go back to our original example, that's the right answer. Okay, so let's review. When you're using algebra tiles, here's your strategy. Find zeros, which means opposite things same side, same things opposite side. Then next step, we're going to flip and change sides. Go to the positive side. Okay? The reason we do that is it eliminates parentheses. Okay? There we go. There are your strategies. Find zeros and then flip and change sides. That's it for this one. Have fun using those algebra tiles. And remember, even if you're on a test or doing some assignment and you don't have these awesome, cool plastic things, a picture does the job, right? A picture does the job. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for episode 4, the summer vacation episode. Bye for now.